Okay, I'm on the D935. Finally, I've taken a whole bunch of detours around tiny little villages, and this goes towards Col de Tor, I think, and Col de Aspin. I think the one that I've programmed in is Aspin, but I can't remember now. So anyway, it'll be a Col. And today's ride, the sat-nav says 5.5 hours down to San Sebastian, taking this route. I've got a feeling it's going to be longer unless I do something about it. Just because, well, slowing down for a lot of cyclists, I expect, which is the right thing to do, but also it's really foggy up there by the looks of it, so I think speeds are going to be quite reduced. Plus I haven't factored in any stops, so no doubt I'll have to stop somewhere for something to eat or drink. Refreshment stop, as they say. This is that horrible weather where it's just damp, and it's not like driving rain where it just sort of runs off your visor. It just sits there, not doing a decent enough speed to have the wind shake it off. Anyway, I've had a practice at camping now, so it's good. Got last night of that tomorrow, then I've actually sprung for a room on the boat on the way back from Bilbao. I wasn't going to, but my wife persuaded me that that was a good idea after all this riding and camping. And yes, it was very expensive, but if I ever do this again, I don't know, maybe hook up with some other people and share the cabin. Forget. Or book earlier and see if we can get a better deal. So this is the start of the Col de Tourmalet, which I guess is the one I've programmed in. To be honest, I've been through so many different places and been diverted so many times, I've kind of forgotten where I'm meant to be going. I know I'm going to end up at San Sebastian by the end of the day. So just take it slow and steady. It's quite weird sometimes being in rain mode. You roll on the throttle, if you forget that you're in that mode, there's suddenly nowhere near as much response as you're expecting, especially going uphill. But I'm going to stick with it for the moment at least. They're a hardy bunch, these cyclists. It's about 4 or 5 of them I've passed so far. Oh, come on, you tell me you wouldn't have done the same. Poop on the road. Another hazard. So far these Michelins, God, have been pretty good. Just lay off, taking the old hand off the cars to wave at people. Too many of them, and so better off being on the last roads like this. Beautiful place, shaped like a cloud. This is Col de Tourmalet, 10 kilometres, so maybe this isn't the start of it, it's just access to it. What have I let myself in for? To have let myself in for a lot of gear changes. You ought to look at the views, but you know you shouldn't. I'll take the eyes off the road for a minute. Okay, just a second or two. More of the cars there. And it's getting quite a bit cooler. So maybe the GoPro won't overheat this time. Now, wouldn't that be a thing? Matching shirts. Wonder if they're in a team. See if we can stop here for coffee maybe, and a baguette. Oh no, it's too early for a baguette. Stop for a... what do we want? A pain au chocolat. Or something of that nature. What am I doing going to first gear? And again, quite decide. high up enough to be bothered yet. Where's he going? Where are you going, mate? Is he going to reverse now? It must be a right old pain doing things like that up here. From our shop, we're into ski country. Look at this. There's Corona. Oh, look at cable car thing. Climbing now. That camper car is a clever. They do have some unique names. Maybe that could be my next job. Camping car name designer. Oh, and that muck on the road was slippery as hell. To look out for that. You can see why the cyclists like this. Ooh, hello. Was unexpected. I guess it's good not having signage, just means keep your wits about you. You look out for Alfa Romeos alongside the road. And me as well, when I've looked, see nothing's coming, so that's okay. Remember if I have to come all the way back down the same route again, whether I can just progress on to the next waypoint. There's a cow beside the road. Hello, Monsieur Cow. Hiding. I'm sure that isn't French for hiding, but Flipping hell. That was a flipping perfect storm, wasn't it? Cyclist, sheep, car. Flipping sheep decided to move because of the cyclist. Go on then, sheep. You own the mountain, don't you? It's not us. We stopped to look. Okay. Nifty. Clever sheep. Seriously. Oh my God. Wow. Probably can't make this out in the GoPro, but this is bloody steep. Yeah, my balance and braking didn't leave much to be desired back there. But the problem, I think, was these gloves. Yeah, these gloves are naff. Off the clouds. Maybe that's the best place to be. Sun's out. It's done that horrible mist all over the crash helmet visor. So I'm not much of a moto vlogger. I just do it as a little hobby for myself, just to keep memories really. I'm not into it for earning money or friendship or kudos or any of those other things, or fame, fortune. Wow, okay, this is going to be interesting. But yeah, I do watch quite a lot of the moto vlogs, so thanks to all of you guys who can be bothered to do it, because I can tell you from the experience this time, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. And I'm not sure that I have the time or the patience or the money to do it. It seems these days you need a whole bunch of camera gear and you need a whole bunch of video editing equipment, and you need to add hours onto your time on a trip to set up the video stuff. Make sure you get the right shots, then do it again. And this morning with the tent escapade, I wouldn't have had the patience probably wouldn't have had the battery capacity either. So well done to all of you people. That's off to you. The other thing that I'm not very good at is getting my thoughts together and talking coherently about any particular subjects while I'm riding. In some ways it's nice when you're out on your own just to have the camera to talk to and just imagine you're talking to a bunch of people. But I think I just said you've got to keep your wits about you on places like this and various different actors on the road, be them cyclists, cars or sheep. Do my best. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. I don't know what kind of birds they were, but they were huge. For a second I wondered whether those people were launching them off and giving them a bit of a fly free birds time. But maybe not. I don't know why, it felt like it didn't come up this high. It feels like I'm going down further than I went up. I am not the best rider in the world, but it seems the way it feels to me is just mostly just coast down, use the engine braking here, back up there, mostly. Don't touch the brakes that much. Go where you look, so keep your eyes on the road instead of on those amazing birds that are flying around down there. And these hairpin bends, the advice I've read is look where you're going to go. If there's nothing coming, then go out wide and cut back in, so sort of flatten the road out a bit. Nothing behind me, nothing below me. Now turn left. Stupid sat nav. It's dead end. Yeah, classic scenic sat nav. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. But there's loads of birds. Blinking loads of them. I wonder what they are. They look pretty fierce anyway, hopping around after each other and so on. Amazing. Yeah, classic scenic sat nav instant there. Told to turn left through a barrier with a no entry sign. So I don't know if that was a road that used to be accessible and no longer is. Poor weather. Who knows? Anyway, just carry on this way. Seems to be a similar direction. And it rerouted, so just turn right. Let's go down there. Now turn right. There is nowhere to turn right. Turn right, turn right. Oh, for God's sake. Just take through to the car park. Turn left, okay. Further into the car park. Okay, time to stop.